Go, Noah! Let's go, Noah! Oh, come on! Go, Noah! Hold it! One! There you go! Hell yeah, Noah! 1689! There you go, Noah! Yeah, two guys over 60, baby.
What's poppin', dog? We chose probably the best day to shoot outside. Come on, dog. I'm doing my best like everybody else.
No, sure.
Yeah.
So what's the focus on a day like today?
A day like today,
Yeah.
surviving. Technical focus, also surviving. No, I mean, I'm like trying to work on keeping my weight over my right out of the back, opening my heel up all the way, and then just kind of like driving through the middle, which is a lot of things, but I'm gonna do my best. And understand that today might be a slow day. Let's see. I'm concerned. Apparently, the winter is colder in Pennsylvania than Cuba. I don't know if I believe it, but I've never been, so. Dane always told me First County was a tropical locale.
Yeah, he lied.
That's straight cat.
Lies. Man, what you talking about? That was an easy Google search.
Yeah. That's on me.
That's all right.
Where's Sam today?
He said he was taking a off day. I guess
okay.
he's something about how like he needed a vacation. He was like, I don't want to be a champion. He was like, honestly, it's overrated. Like, and I was like, but Sam, like, don't you want to get better? And he was like, nah. So, yeah. And then that was the last I saw of him. He was getting on a plane, going to Tulum, and just doing his thing. Can't blame the kid. But I'm just trying to get better. What's up?
He's actually like.
No. He just said he was like tired and he had like a optional rest day, so he was gonna take it today.
Yo ya voy a terminar.
Sí. Muy temprano hoy. Sí.
Ustedes son malos. Adentro podíamos haber lanzado.
Sí, pero todos nosotros adentro es un práctico muy lento. Pero hace un poco más calor, sí. Yame's been saying that we should have been throwing inside, and I tend to agree, but no coach, no rules. You kind of have to force yourself to not care like what the conditions are when you're throwing, but I am like the softest man in the world when it comes to rain. Like if it's raining, I do not want to throw outside. It's horrible. It's just like it's impossible to hold on a disc. But like cold, it's kind of nice to just be like, I can't care about this. Rápido, rápido! So actually, technically, I'm supposed to be reversing the 2.5 right now, but my technique has been so wacky for the past like 4 weeks that I'm just trying to slow it down a little bit, just start to feel a little bit more. I'll probably do a couple of reverses to end, but yeah, I'm just trying to rebuild. See?
Un video, por favor.
Okay.
How's it been brushing up on your Spanish the last few
Dude,
months?
it's honestly been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, Sam's been really consistent with it for the past couple of years, and I have been not consistent. So I'll do like 3 months at a time and then fall off. Basically, everyone in the gym, as soon as Jaime got here, everyone was like, all right, got to download Duolingo. Like, we're getting on this. So it's been cool to see everybody like try to get involved. And yeah, it's been fun, like yelling with her in Spanish. Couple months. Probably since we were banging it over the summer. I listened to it like last week. I was like, oh! As soon as it came in, just
Yes. iPhone.
Oh. Adios. Very, very scary, like shit you see in the movies. I would have legitimately died. T's carried a lot of people through a lot of things.
Ooh, limbo.
Whoa! All the bars are way too short.
I got a 2 box every 45 seconds. You know what that means? 80 kilos.
You know what that means? 80 kilos. Dude, absolutely ripping though. The good thing is, like, I haven't really been able to jerk in like a year and a half. So it's horrible. It's very roastable. I'm prepared to be a victim. I feel like that would be my one PSA to all the entire internet. Dane is very mean. Yeah, we do need more monster angles in this. Can you get like well below me? Make me look
I'll give
like
you
abs.
the Andre the Giant
Yeah,
shot.
exactly.
This
Make
man
me
is
look like-
12 feet tall.
Make me look like a maniac. If you want me to look 12 feet tall, just put me next to DJ. I see the wheels turn.
All I can do is my fucking head. Paso sin la pollo de talón.
Yeah, man, it was like, remember?
Like I understand
Yeah,
Luke's constant quandary. I just, because the camera's on me, I want to act out.
Llame.
It's a 25-minute video of just me like this.
So what are you shooting for weight-wise?
Dude, I'm shooting for anything that won't aggravate my shoulder. So at this point, like, I've started to get to a place where my shoulder doesn't hurt like all the time, and it seems to be getting stronger and a little bit better. So more than anything, I've just been trying to like be patient with the weights, and like as long as there isn't pain, I'll keep it going. So 120 would be sick, but like the most important thing for me is just like not feeling like ass. So.
I have singles. Not today. You got fives, boy.
That's good. Like no pain. It was awesome. I'm very surprised actually. So.
Are you going heavier?
Nah, I'll probably just do that for like 3 more. Because at the same time, like I also haven't done. That's the heaviest I've jerked in a while. So I'd rather just like get some reps there, and then I'll do like 1 or 2 drop sets. Just trying to like get a little bit of volume in it, just to like re-strengthen the whole reach. But yeah, so I'll probably try to get like 2 more there. That'd be pretty sweet.
Or you're just straight up humping the pillow, no noise. No noise, pillow humpers. Pillow humpers are us.
Any rebuttal?
Dude, how am I possibly supposed to defend myself against that? He's a legal expert. That was the most well thought out argument I've ever heard. There is no rebuttal. Also, I'm being real while I'm being real, bro. Be real, swear. That's crazy. I'm transcending. That boy too real. We need full body. You're already done.
Estamos saltando y ya terminé. It's true though. So what do you have up next?
Bench. It'd be like doubles? I can't remember, but yeah. Got bench. The garage strength classic. Exactly. What's up? Let's go, come on! Ah! I was watching this video when he was on the Bears, and he got in a fight in training camp, and he was basically just like talking about it after. He was like, bro, I told the GM, like, we can't win if you got a bunch of bitches on the roster. Can't win with a bunch of bitches.
When are we gonna start brawling?
Dude,
I know you guys don't want to fight because that's what you all want.
what's up?
You heard me.
What are you talking about, 622? What are you talking about? Come on, Dan.
We got a 6-foot wingspan versus 4 Hey, I wanted to tell you, I wanted to video this, but it was only me and Sanderson. They had this thing at the Charlotte Science,
Oh my god, what is it, like a power meter or some bullshit?
No, they stood. You could stand underneath and get measured.
Okay.
I was 6 feet and a half inch.
Hey!
Yay!
Were we ever I always thought you were
That
exactly
was that night. I was supposed to go back the next morning and get measured in the morning.
when you decompressed.
Yeah, but I just heard I got home. It was me and Sanderson. Caitlin, I'm still over 6 feet.
You're not gonna believe this. She's like sick.
Well, you're also still a child.
Yeah.
So the coffee grinder's ripping, and I'm just like,
Just letting it go.
and like 30 seconds passes. I'm like, oh, I got away with one. She's like, are you just sitting up here making coffee, farting in my face? Like, what are you doing? Starts bitching at me, and then Jason's like, dude, I seriously think you should. You?
That's the thing, I'm getting those fast carbs. Although, considering the fact that I'm eating a whole fruit, I'm digesting fiber at the same time as my glucose, so I should have a little bit less of an insulin spike after this. Ideally. Come on. Muchas gracias. Hey! It's weirdly enough, like, as I've been able to open up my shoulders and my back, it hasn't been hurting as much, which is nice. I've actually been able to like kind of push it a bit. So that's been pretty sweet. Because that's one of like 75 exercises I need to be stronger. So after USA's, I came back in August. So the first like 2-3 months were like real good. The past month has just been like, I've been all over the place, super busy, traveling a lot, so it's been less like visible progress, like, you know, feeling like I'm getting stronger week over week, stuff like that. But on the whole, it's definitely, I don't know, I feel like last year I had like the best professional season I've had so far, and I had a horrible off season. So I guess that's my standard. So I'm like, well, you know, as long as I'm like alive, and like able to come in here, then probably going in the right direction. So I feel solid. So after USA's, I came back in August. So the first like 2-3 months were like real good. The past month has just been like, I've been all over the place, super busy, traveling a lot, so it's been less like visible progress, like, you know, feeling like I'm getting stronger week over week, stuff like that. But on the whole, it's definitely, I don't know, I feel like last year I had like the best professional season I've had so far, and I had a horrible off season. So I guess that's my standard. So I'm like, well, you know, as long as I'm like alive, and like able to come in here, then probably going in the right direction. So I feel solid. For anyone who doesn't know, I've somehow managed to throw, so my outdoor PR is 60.09. I've somehow managed to throw basically that mark 4 times, which is insane. It's really annoying too.
Probably one of the few people in the world whose indoor discus PR is further than his outdoor.
Yeah. It feels like a very classic me thing to have happen, but that is the case. My indoor PR is 60.89, and I can't remember what the marks were, but it's still the only meet, like it's still the most times I've thrown 60 in a meet. And I think the other marks were like also further than my outdoor PR. I think the other ones were like 60.35 and like 60.20 something. So yeah, that's another box that I'd like to check in the 2023 season. It's just like having a further outdoor PR. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that was a very cool meet. But then I got mono like 2 weeks after it, which was horrible. It was not fun. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Good job.
Thanks, Howard. They've been trying to get me out of here since I showed up.
Yeah. I think this past year, I don't know if I could have answered that up until this past year. I think this past year, I think he just grew a lot. He competed really, really freaking well. Yeah. Drop trial.
You're damn right.
I think like, I think going into nationals last year, I've brought this up to Noah in the past where it's like, I feel like he and I were on a much better wavelength. the metaphysical wavelength.
That's the most important coach-athlete relationship.
And I think it was like the last like 4 to 6 weeks we were clicking with technique.
Yeah.
And I think since then it's been like a pretty good, like driving well with technique and movement. And I think the more he had a probably 2 weeks ago that one day he threw the 2.5 and I was like, yo, this is the throw. There was like one throw. It's like if we can go from every day for 15 to 20 throws, he's gonna shock a lot of people this year. And I think last year his performance at Nationals says a lot because he went out basically, I mean, threw his best in qualifying, had to sit for 30 minutes, and then did it again. And it's like, that for me, that was like one of my most, I remember sitting there with John being like, dude, I was so amped. One, I was amped because you got like hyped up. But two, it was such a big moment for him in his career. And I think that like rolling off of that now, coming forward into this year, I think that confidence is going to play a huge role in how he's successful in this year. I think to fully answer the question though, I've always thought Noah was a bitch in the weight room.
That's fair. Yeah, I can't really like contest that.
But I've always said this: Noah's the dude, and this is like a whole wrestling analogy. If he pushes me, he feels like he's the strongest person I know. I don't want to give him much credit.
Let's go.
But it's like one of those things where he might not be as strong as someone like Eric or Sam, but he knows how to use that, and I think like that's the whole thing too. He does a good job with his mindfulness and how he goes through the process of everything. And I just think this year, like, it's just going to be a really good year because of all that growth. And I think for me, personally, I used to be like, man, I got to get Noah to do X, Y, or Z in the weight room. And I worry less about that because I know the gamer mode's there and I know the preparation is getting dialed in. So I think
kind of just drop your expectations.
it's
like, God damn it.
I mean, I'm saying that it's like he's still repping 315 on bench, and he's
We
still.
also have 10-year-olds in here doing that. That's why I lift in the morning, so I don't lift till the freaks in the afternoon.
Last year at Nationals, that performance was my favorite performance from the whole meet. And that's just going to keep rolling. It's just going to keep going. And that's what's going to be fun.
The bottle of insanity, it's taken over. Oh.
Woo!
How many? 2. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Get up. Come on. Come on, one big one. Let's go. Push, push, push. 3, 2, 1. Push with me. Thanks, dog. It was always a bold take on 2 there. 1 was wrong.
Props for you for going for it.
I appreciate it. Well, Dane just said he thought I was a bitch in the weight room. So.
Oh, right on, man. Right on.
Gotta switch. Weaker than my right arm. I don't know if you saw that. It was like.
So how'd you feel about today's workout?
Honestly, it was pretty good. I feel like, you know, it was a solid week 4 in terms of like I pushed weights that were good for this program, and I actually like in terms of my pressing, I'm feeling better than I have all off season, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and what has been like a tough couple of weeks of training, it was actually like a pretty nice day. So that was pretty cool. I think one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I hurt my shoulder was April 2021, and then I tried to keep throwing on it through the season instead of just like. Basically, I ended up having like 2.5 months of really bad performances instead of taking 1 month off to then like be able to come back and like actually maybe be able to throw well. So just like internalizing that lesson of like patience a little bit more, I think, and sometimes the idea that like less can be more, and that it's difficult to be at your best when you don't feel your best. So I feel like just learning some patience, staying more just on top of my body and understanding that like I just can't like push all the time if I don't, like if it's not all there, you know, if that makes any sense. And like every day can't be 100%. So I feel like that was a pretty helpful lesson to learn, even though I learned it the hard way, but that's a pretty classic me thing. So